Can we just talk about how hard, you guys, it is to be a stay-at-home mom, but not just a stay-at-home mom, but a homeschool stay-at-home mom? Today's video is all about self-care and how to fill your cup so you can continue to fill your children's. It is a collaboration hosted by myself and Davene over at Calm in the Chaos Homeschool, so I'm going to link her channel and the playlist down below in the description bar. Make sure you check it out when you're done with this video. And today we are going to all just be talking about our self-care tips. So we thought that this would be really important to do because the holidays are coming up and it's gonna, holidays are amazing, but they have the potential to just be very go, 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 bouncing from one family's house to another, doing all of these holiday festivities, trying to make Christmas and everything magical for your children, that your self-care gets put on the back burner. So coming from somebody who last year had like zero self-care, I let homeschool become too much of my life. Between planning curriculums and extracurriculars and co-ops and just driving my kids back and forth from each event, and then having a YouTube channel where I talk about nothing but homeschool. Homeschool basically became my life, and it was very quickly becoming my identity, and I love it so much, but that should not be all of who I am, and it shouldn't be all of who you are. We are mothers, we are women, we are wives, we are all of these different things with all of these very many hats, but it is so important to have your own interests outside of your children. So with that said, I have 7 healthcare tips, ideas that can hopefully just fill you up and make you feel a little bit more like a person rather than just mom, 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 mom. So the first one is go get a massage. I know that not everybody might like massages, but maybe you just haven't found the right masseuse. When I very first got a massage, I hated it. I didn't like being touched, and the lady used so much oil that I had to go and take a shower after because it was just so gross feeling. And then my husband went on to Groupon and he found one that had really good reviews, and they had a really great deal, I think for like $30. And I loved that massage. That lady almost put me to sleep on the little bed, and I just left feeling so peace-filled. So if you enjoy massages, go book a massage. It doesn't have to be every month. It doesn't have to be every other month. It could be once a quarter. That way you can budget for it, you can plan for it, you can have time to really get excited for it, or you can even find one on Groupon and maybe get a really good deal and a really great masseuse. Tip number 2, reading. You guys, I love reading, and at the beginning of the year, I really wanted to make it a priority that I had things for myself already worked into our calendar and our day, and that I was going to be very intentional with carrying those things out. So I tried to read for 10 to 15 minutes every day. So if you enjoy reading, carve out some time, get a good book. Some that I have just recently finished reading or that I read over the summer that I really, really enjoyed was Homeschool Bravely by Jamie Erickson. And if you're looking for a great devotional, then Growing Slow was so amazing. If you were looking to slow down in this very fast-paced world, especially a fast-paced season like the holidays, those 2 books are really wonderful. I will link them down below in case you guys are interested in checking them out. But I really liked Growing Slow. It really just helps you get into the mindset of nope, what can I carve out of my schedule that doesn't necessarily need to be there, and just breathe a little. Tip number 3, eat a good breakfast and drink your coffee hot. Assuming you like coffee, hot coffee, and not just iced coffee. But I see so many moms talking about how their coffee has been in the microwave, heated up for the 4th time now, and that is just ridiculous to me. You would never give your children a cold breakfast or a cold drink that was supposed to be hot, so why would you do that for yourself? Don't do that. Make sure that as you're feeding them, that you're also feeding yourself, because if you are always going around serving others, you're never getting fed, and that's spiritually but also physically. So sit down with a hot breakfast and a hot cup of coffee, unless you like iced coffee or tea, and eat your food warm, okay? There's no reason for this. Tip number 4, work out. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, okay? You don't have to train for like a marathon. That's intimidating to those of us whose bodies reject running. But work out. It can be something as simple as doing 20 squats with your kids in the living room, or taking everybody for a walk around the neighborhood and just getting that blood pumping and the, good feeling endorphins pumping through your blood. So, just get your body moving, and it'll help. It'll help you set the tone for the day. It'll help you to feel accomplished, and it'll be good because you're all getting out and you're just getting some of that energy out, especially if you do it before you're homeschooling. Tip number 5. Meet a friend for coffee or tea or a smoothie or whatever drink you want. Meeting time, having time with a friend when you can leave your children with, maybe a grandparent or your husband or friend, and you just get one-on-one time with a friend, that can be so life-giving, you guys. And if you're in a season where maybe friendships are a little difficult and you don't have a lot of women to connect with, then try your local MOPS groups. MOPS has been a huge blessing to me to just have, 2 hours where I can take my kids somewhere that has free childcare, and I can have fellowship for a few hours with some ladies, and we can talk about our faith and different ways that we can grow in that and in parenting and as wives and just as women in general. And that's been a real blessing. So if you don't have friends, maybe look and see if there's a local moms group or things like that that you can get into. Which also leads me into window shopping for tip number, what are we on, 6, I think? So go out and window shop. You can just go and browse around, get a cup of coffee or tea. You guys, I think my self-care is probably, as I'm saying this, it's just coffee, that's it. And just go do a Target stroll or stroll around Barnes & Noble or Walmart or whatever store that you just enjoy looking and seeing, whatever they have. Just go stroll around and just see, Sometimes it's nice to just be able to clear our minds and not have the constant mom, 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 mom. I love my children. Children are blessings from the Lord. But you guys, sometimes it's really hard when you don't have 5 seconds to just think a single thought without mom. So go and just have that time by yourself. Take a walk somewhere, go browse somewhere, do whatever it is that you enjoy. Tip number 7. This is not necessarily a tip that I do, but maybe it will give you guys an idea. Naps. Naps are not my version of self-care just because I'm not a napper per se. I have to be very, very sick or very, very tired in order to take a nap. Otherwise, my brain doesn't turn off, and it's probably from all of the coffee that I have mentioned in this video. But if I were to ask my husband what his version of self-care would be, it would probably be a nap. So if you are a nap lover, then take naps. Make time for that. Even if you have to send your kids for quiet time, make that time for yourself. It's gonna do not only so many good things for you and lift you up, but it's gonna flow onto your kids. All of that goodness that you're putting into yourself, that time that you're taking to really fill your cup, you're gonna be better able to fill theirs, and that is what is worth it. So whatever it is that you enjoy doing, whether that is drinking a hot cup of coffee or getting massages or reading books, be consistent, okay? Don't just do it for a week and be like, cool, my self-care is good for the next year. No, make time for yourself at least once a week. Each and every single week. Do not let this fall to the wayside. If you are using a planner for your homeschool and for your children, then you need to pencil yourself into your plans, because otherwise they don't get done. But don't let it fall to the wayside, because you're important too. And one of the things that your children are going to learn by watching you take care of yourself is that when they get older and they become parents and spouses and friends, you're teaching them and instilling those values in them, that it is okay for them to take care of themselves. And that, my friends, is why it is so important for you to do this for yourself. So that is all I have for you guys today. Let me know down below what are some of your self-care tips. I would love to hear them and hear that you guys are taking care of yourselves in this very hard season of not only the year but in motherhood. Don't forget to check out the playlist. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I'll see you again later. Bye.